Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of AdMail. This is Adam Bergman, founder and CEO of IRA Financial. I'm here to help you find the answers to the most frequently asked questions from my clients about self-directed retirement accounts. If you want to learn more, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. Just search IRA Financial. Hi everyone, Adam Bergman here, tax attorney and founder IRA Financial, and welcome to another episode of AdMail. Today's podcast will center around questions involving self-directed IRA rollover basics. Going to cover three really interesting questions from three super smart individuals covering different rules on how to roll over IRA or 401k funds into a self-directed IRA. So buckle up. I think this will be a really, really informative and interesting podcast. So I really, truly believe you'll enjoy it. So if you give me the next 10 or so minutes, I will teach you almost everything you need to know about the rollover IRA rule. So here it is, kind of in a nutshell before I get into these three questions. A transfer is IRA to IRA, and that can be done unlimited, tax-free, anytime you want. When you go institution, institution, i.e. Fidelity, Vanguard, Fidelity, IRA Financial, Schwab. That's custodian to custodian, bank to bank, financial institution to institution, unlimited, tax-free. You can do it every day you want. Indirect is if the money goes from Fidelity to Adam and then Adam to Schwab. That's called an indirect, meaning it's not going bank to bank because there's a person in between. That you can do only once every 12 months, and you can hold those funds for 60 days. You can do anything you want with those funds for 60 days, but you must return them to an IRA within 60 days, or it's going to be taxable, plus a 10% early distribution penalty if you're under the age of 59 and a half. A rollover is essentially the same rules as a transfer, except it involves a 401k or a non-IRA moving to an IRA. So a 401k or a 403b or a 457b to an IRA. The one interesting caveat with a 401k is you generally need a triggering event to move money out of a 401k. An IRA, you can do a transfer anytime you want, tax-free. It can be 21 years old, 31 years old, 41 years old, 51 years old. The 401k, you need to be at least 59 and a half or leave your job to get what's called a triggering event and gain the ability to move the money out of a 401k. Even though technically it is your money, still can't get access to it without the trigger event. So with that in mind, let's jump to these three very interesting questions. First question is from Howard R. Howard wants to know, can I roll over a home I own in my self-directed IRA from another custodian to IRA Financial, or do I have to sell it? I really like your flat fees. Oh, Howard, you don't have to sell it. The good news is you can do what's called an in-kind transfer. Okay, that means instead of moving cash, you're literally moving the house. Now, obviously, you don't have to pick up the house, put it on your shoulders, and give it to us. It's paperwork. Okay, so the word in-kind basically is just moving paper around. The title to that property would move from the other IRA custodian to IRA Financial. So you'd quit claim it. It's generally a small fee with the local county office to change the title. Now, there's no tax ramifications because it's going to an IRA. It's staying in the IRA world. It's going to simply just a change in title. Okay. You're not going from IRA to a taxpayer like Adam. It's just staying in the IRA world. So there's no tax. It's done all the time. We do thousands of these a year. We'll help you do them. It's obviously a little bit more time consuming than just moving cash because you actually have to change the title. But it's tax-free and we'll help you do it. And you don't have to sell the property. You don't have to put it on your shoulders or get a truck to move the property to us and then move it back. Obviously, I was joking. It's just paperwork. So really, really easy to do. And then if you move to us, like you said, we have flat fees. So if your home is going up in value, you're still going to pay the same one-time low fee with us, not an additional escalating fee that some other IRA custodians charge. So I get you, Howard, and hopefully you decide to do this, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you for that question. Second question is from Jessica W. And Jessica wants to know, can I roll over stock owned in my 401k to a new self-directed IRA with you? So as I mentioned, just as a recap, Jessica, if you leave your job or you're over 59 and a half, you have a triggering event and you can move your money out of your 401k to an IRA. Now, we don't take stock. So we're a self-directed IRA company. We're not a broker dealer. We're not regulated by the SEC or FINRA. We don't sell products. We don't give investment advice. So you'd have to sell your stock and go to cash, which would be tax-free. Because if you sell your stock, even if there's millions of dollars of gain in a retirement account, it's tax-free. Okay, so you'd sell your stock, move the cash you want to IRA Financial, and then use us to invest in alternative asset investments. Whatever you want to keep in the equity market, you can then set up another IRA with Vanguard or Schwab and simply buy those equities again or other equities in your IRA at the right time. But most people, the way they do it is whatever they want to self-direct in the alternative world, they'll move the cash to us. We can do in kinds of other non-publicly traded assets like property, like real estate or a hedge fund interest or a private business interest. But publicly traded securities, mutual funds, ETFs, you're going to have to sell the cash, and then we'll simply take the cash, and then you can use those funds to make an alternative asset investment. So superb question, Jessica. Thank you for submitting it. And the third and final question of today's podcast is from LinkedIn. And this person wants to know, I did a rollover to an IRA a few months ago. Can I do a new rollover if I set up a self-directed IRA with IRA Financial? So yeah, you could. So I don't know if you mean transfer or rollover. It doesn't matter. If let's say you're 60 years old, so you have a triggering event and you move money, you still work at Apple and you move money from the Apple 401k, let's say 100K to an IRA to do some other investments. And now a few months later, you want to do another 100K to buy a private stock in a self-directed IRA. As I mentioned previously, you can do tax-free direct rollovers or direct transfers anytime you want. IRA to IRA 1,000 times a day, 1,000,000 times a year. The 401k world, you can do it 1,000,000 times a year. You just need to be over the age of 59 and a half or leave your job. If you're 49 or 39 or 29, you're not going to have that trigger event, and therefore you're likely not going to be able to move those funds to an IRA. Now, yeah, they're still your money. It's your funds, right? You still control it, but those rules are put in place to stop leakage and really force you to save within the plan. When you leave your job, then you'll have a trigger event, and then you can do a tax-free rollover to an IRA or self-directed IRA. But you don't just do, you're not restricted to just one rollover direct a year. The indirect, right, that 60-day window, that is once every 12 months. But the directs, transfers, custodian to custodian, bank to bank, financial institution to institution, or direct rollovers, 401k to IRA Financial, 401k to Vanguard, 401k to Schwab, you can do that as many times as you want without limitation, tax-free. You just need to have a planned triggering event. Okay, so that's the most important thing. A lot of people get confused and they hear the 12-month rule, 60-day rule, and they think that applies to all transfers or all rollovers, but no, that only applies to indirect. When the money goes to you, where you're holding it. If the money is going directly from Vanguard or Schwab, you can do that as many times as you want. It's only when Schwab sends you the money first, so the check is made out to Adam Bergman, then I have 60 days, do whatever I want with it, but I must return it within 60 days or it becomes taxable, and a 10% early distribution penalty if I'm under the age of 59 and a half. If I go direct, it could be unlimited. Same with 401k to IRA. So that's it. Thank you, Howard. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, the individual from LinkedIn. If you have questions, submit them, info@IRA Financial, or you can leave us a comment or question on social media, Instagram, Facebook, X, LinkedIn. You want to find us, find us. You can also leave a message on our website and just say AdMail, ask Adam, or it'll get to me. And you'll get in the queue. And I got some really good questions coming up in the next couple of weeks, but always looking for more questions. That's how we learn. I promise you, if you have a question, there's probably 1,000 people behind you that have the same question. That's why I just put the first name and first letter, the last name. I stopped even doing cities and states. I want people to feel comfortable. It's totally anonymous, confidential. Just I want you to have the comfort and freedom to just ask any question you want. and not be embarrassed. So that's why I do it this way. And it's all about learning from each other so we all can become better, smarter, and richer self-directed retirement investors. That's it for today's podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't hesitate to leave a good review, a comment, thumbs up, whatever you feel like doing. I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, have a great day, and I hope to see everyone again on the next AdMail podcast. Take care and see you soon. Bye.